I've started taking shorter showers and turning off the faucet when I brush my teeth.
Well, that's great. Another way to save water is to fix any leaks in your house.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. How much water can a leak waste?
A small leak can waste up to 20 gallons of water daily, which can really add up over time.
Wow, that's a lot. And have to check for any leaks in my house.
But another good tip is to only run your dishwasher and washing machine when they're full to save water and energy.
I'll keep that in mind. It's important that we all do our part to conserve water, especially during this shortage.
Absolutely. Every drop counts.
This message was brought to you by the St. Kitts Water Services Department. Learn more at water.gov.kn.
Let's get real on Win FM. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on Win FM. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real talk with Lavi covers all. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on Win FM.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Good morning and welcome to today's edition of Island Tea. And we're going to kick it off with an interview this morning. We have with us the National Ozone Unit. We have Miss Colleen Latham, Miss Elrita Carey, and Mr. Shavern Gardner. Welcome once again back to Island Tea, and let us begin our interview this morning. So we're going to start first with an overview of the Ozone Department, including its mission and key responsibilities. So I don't know who's going to take that one first, but let's begin.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I hope you all are having a good morning today. I'm Colleen. This is Colleen Latham. I am the National Ozone Officer, and we are part of the Ozone Unit under the Department of Environment. So the Ozone Unit is a unit within the government that is there to help the countries and with their responsibilities under the Montreal Protocol, which is a protocol that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has signed on to. So we are here to implement programs and comply with the Montreal Protocol. The unit responsibilities is mainly to oversee any compliance strategies, collecting and reporting data, monitoring and facilitating national projects approved by the Multilateral Fund, which is a fund under the Montreal Protocol. We develop and enforce policies and legislations. We will also coordinate with other government ministries to have awareness programs with the public, and we will implement policies and stuff like that. So a little bit on the Montreal Protocol. I know I've been saying it a few times throughout this introduction, and it is a protocol that is based for the environment, for depleting specifically the ozone layer, which is the layer around our Earth, which protects us from harmful UV rays. This protocol was developed because scientists realized many years ago that there was a hole in the ozone layer and that it would continue to extend if they did not take action to mitigate and put measures in place for the stuff that we were using that were causing that effect. So we normally deal with a lot of stuff that includes the refrigeration industry, because most of the refrigeration and air conditionings that we have, the gases that they use would affect the ozone layer. So this is one of our biggest persons that we deal with, and we also do other awareness for anything. We give people awareness knowing that even the aerosols and all of these stuff are what are being used that are causing this depletion in the ozone layer. It has been, over the years, the hole has been healing, as they would say, and it has shrunk to a lot smaller size. It's said by the year 2050, the hole should be to the point where it's almost fixed. If we continue with all our phasing out of all the different processes that we are doing and all the different programs and all the initiatives that we're putting in place for this process to happen. This protocol is one of the biggest protocols around the world. All 197 countries have signed on to this protocol. So it is a worldwide protocol, and all of the countries around the world has been aiming to come together to get this done and to make sure that our planet is safe for us and for future generations. So we would mainly be doing programs both with stakeholders, as well as we would do a lot of awareness programs to introduce the public so that they know what is happening, and when they see certain stuff happening and persons tell them certain things, they would understand that, okay, yes, we are not using this anymore because of that. So we just have, that's just a little overview of what we normally would do in the unit.
Okay. I see there are some upcoming ozone awareness activities, and I will let you speak on those.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Regilan. My name is Elvita Carey. I am the ozone assistant. This year we have a few activities coming up, awareness programs. The first one we have coming up will be our Easter awareness camp. This year we plan to do like a little tour between St. Kitts and Nevis. We started with Nevis. On the 9th, we will be at Department of Youth Easter Camp. That will be taking place at ETW Park. We're back in St. Kitts on the 10th. We will be collaborating with Department of Creativity Economy at Dr. Williams Connor School. And then on the 11th, we will be collaborating with Youth Empowerment Department, which will be held at St. Johnson's Community Center. And then lastly, the week after, we will be, on the 15th of April, we will be at Diligence Hands Montessori at Fort Lands. Yes, with this Easter camp, our theme this year is Little Hands, Big Impact, Caring for Our Planet. We also want to do a big shout out to TDC, who wants to partner with us. In the month of April, they will be celebrating Earth Day, and they have contributed plants. So in this camp, we plan to do tree planting with the kids.
Okay.
So big shout out to TDC on that. We also will be doing education presentation, hands-on experiment, games and quizzes, puppet shows, and Easter hunts.
Okay. So just you three will be part of the camp, or?
Excuse me?
Just you three will be part of the camp, or there will be more
Just
person?
two of us, actually.
Oh,
for now.
okay. All right.
Yes, it will be a full day camp from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Yes.
And registration is closed for those?
Registration for most of the camps have closed. The
Oh,
one
wow.
for Montessori, I think, goes on until tomorrow. But
Okay.
the West Camp has finalized their registration. So just look for these camps on social media. There will be Youth of Development, Nevis, Department of Creative Economy, and Youth Empowerment Department. Just search for them on their social media, and you will get updates.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. And now we will have, is the environmental communication unit different from the ozone?
Yes,
Oh,
we're
okay.
all in the Department of Environment, but different units.
Okay.
Yes.
So this department belongs to Mr. Gardner.
Yes.
It doesn't belong to me, but I'm part of the unit.
I was trying to give you a big position, sir. All right. So let's touch on some of your points, Mr. Gardner.
Hi, we're Deland, Mr. Gardner here again.
Why you say
Environmental.
that? It's like you don't want to be here again.
No,
Okay,
just
okay,
of
just
course I
making
want to
sure.
be here again, but
Okay.
some person will be like, oh, they're gonna talk about this same thing,
Hey, listen.
Yeah. So, environmental officer from Department of Environment, and we're here to keep the campaign going on updating folks on the single-use plastic
Yo,
ban.
you got us getting licks. You know, some people very adamant about the single-use plastic bag. It's not for single use. They could use it again. We tired get licks. People
Yeah.
even saying the Bible says.
People, yes, we would have had some very interesting conversation, but I guarantee you that after we finish having that dialogue and that discussion or debate, I think they would have understood where we're going, and I think they would have been ready to comply. So we want the Federation to know and be aware, for those who are not yet aware, that the first phase of the single-use plastic ban has concluded, which means T-shirt, plastic, shopping bags are no longer allowed. Anybody distributing or even selling these products after March 31st, and we're on April the 3rd, they are subjected to penalties and a fine. And persons may be adamant about they're reusable, but the Federation is adamant about phasing out these plastics and having persons to get on board. We rather solidarity rather than the word compliance. Compliance has this connotation where like you're forced to.
Yeah,
You know, we want persons to see the benefit, the purpose of this ban, and most persons, we must say, are complying, but there are also some persons who think that they can, bend the law, and get away with it. So yesterday we would have had, the department would have done some rounds, some walkthroughs, visiting businesses and stores, and we would have seen some persons, encountered some persons. My area mainly was down at the different Port Zante area especially, and we would have seen some persons that are still not complying, and we would have had to hand them a letter. I would like to think of the letter as a warning. Yes, with all the necessary information, and explain to them why we're doing it and the penalties. And I just want persons to know that the bill, there's a legal framework supporting this policy. So now there are legal obligations. So persons who are found first offenders, you can be charged up to $3,000. I've heard some businessmen saying, I have some bags here, what should I do with them?
Yeah, what
I
should I
said,
do
well,
with
this
them?
is a business decision for you, sir. You either risk getting fined $3,000,
I'll give you the bags.
or you can stop distributing the bags. You can speak to your, one of the things we would have said, Ms. Morton would have suggested, hey, listen, the bags still can be used individually. You can still have the bags home. You can still use the bags for garbage. So everybody who's saying, I got all these bags, well, guess what? You guys have a lot of garbage bags. So you guys don't have to worry about buying garbage bags. You have some persons speaking like they have a year supply, so you have a year supply of garbage bags. And that is what we want persons to really, the reason why I'm kind of speaking like this is because I've not really heard excuse that you can sympathize with. You know, it's more or less, I don't want to. It's more or less resistance to change. So we would have done the due diligence, we would have handed out some letters, we would have given them information. And another thing we want to point out is that we are adamant that biodegradable plastic bags, they are not supposed to be handed out either.
Oh,
the
so it's the biodegradable plastic bags and not the biodegradable bags.
Biodegradable plastic bags.
Okay, biodegradable
All right.
plastic
So
bags.
biodegradable
Okay.
plastic bags, persons, the difference, biodegradable plastic bags, there must be some standards. We have adopted 8 standards. We have adopted labeling standards and manufacturing standards, basically. And these bags must meet the standards, but they are not yet tested. There may be some biodegradable bags that are here, but they are not yet tested. So we are advising persons to stay away from those
The biodegradable plastics or the biodegradable bags?
Biodegradable T-shirt plastic bags.
Okay, all right.
We
gotcha.
encourage persons reusable bags that are being sold. I went to Rams yesterday and I was just smiling, and the cashier was like, Mr. Why you smiling like that? I was like, I just looking at the cash register, and I'm seeing all reusable bags. Like everybody, I don't know if it was a moment, but that was a very good moment. I forgot my phone in the car, I didn't have the camera, and I was like, this is an opportunity I miss here. You know? And I walk with my stuff out in my hands because I forgot my bag.
Oh, you were supposed to have your bag?
No, I have my bag.
You're the example.
Yeah, I have my bags, and if I
Okay.
don't have my bag, I will walk with my stuff out in my hands. All right, so that is something we really want persons to get on board, because I'm telling you, in about a year's time, persons will be wondering why we were so resistant to this.
Well, I have a question to that before you continue. For the average person that says that St. Kitts is just following everybody else with this, what do you tell them?
If St. Kitts is just following everybody else with this, I think we should follow persons or people with positive agendas, positive messages, instead of something that would be detrimental to us in the future. And think about this: should St. Kitts be the last Caribbean island that's using plastic bags? I mean, how people gonna look at us? This is a worldwide movement, just like there. I listened to my colleague here speak about the hole in the ozone layer. When they found the hole in the ozone layer, and they say, hey, we're going to have to stop use some of these chlorofluoro gases. Person was like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It was a real resistance to change.
Yeah, we always have resistance.
Exactly.
to change,
And now look at where we are.
Yeah.
We transitioned to a safer HCFCs, and now these we're trying to transition to even safer aerosols. So human beings are able to change, adapt to change, especially when it's positive. And we want persons to know, listen, this is a positive venture. In fact, I got to point this out for our Zero Waste Day. We undertook, the ministry undertook a campaign where the Zero Waste theme centered around fashion and textile. Zero waste and fashion and textile. And we would have shout out to Movado Modeling, shout out to SKN Unchain, shout out to the videographer, the photographer, the models, shout out to Miss Laplace, who basically was the lead on this, and shout out to the minister, because the minister was like, we need to do something that is fun, really grab person's attention, and still deliver a message. And I think we did with that, and it is such a epic, I'll say, venture. I don't know if you saw the photos. I think we can use that as an international, something for international. If I'm ever on a workshop and we have to do a presentation on what St. Kitts is doing to combat say carbon emission or something like that, you know, those photos, and that is going to definitely.
Nice.
So I think the message is getting out there. I think persons may be resistant. I think there may be other reasons why persons are kind of resistant. But yeah.
People are saying prices for garbage bags are going to go up now that garbage bags are going to be in demand. The garbage bags are going to make the garbage bins more heavier for the men and women that come and pick them up. It's just going to be a lot for them.
Who's saying? Who's saying? Who's saying? The garbage man is saying that?
No.
The garbage man is saying, oh Lord, I'm going to.
But the people are concerned that that's what the garbage man might say, and that they're making
They're not
more
concerned
work.
about the garbage man.
In our community, the garbage men actually said they prefer to have the bigger garbage bags than. In our community, the garbage men, they prefer to have the big garbage bag, one singular bag to pull out, as opposed to many tiny bags from the bin. So I don't see the point of that.
So I hope the person that had all the how should I say, the qualms about the bags, I hope you're listening, because you see, the garbage men really don't like taking out all them bags.
Definitely, and if you're working in solid waste, the garbage men are quite aware of the problem the t-shirt plastic bags are causing at the landfill. So I don't think the garbage men will be supporting that argument. And also, I mean, don't want to stay too long on this, but we are in the month of April, and we are moving on to the second phase of the t-shirt plastic bags, where we are going to be banning from importation, of course. We're going to ban the importation of styrofoam food containers and plastic straws. So these are egg crate also, egg crates, styrofoam egg crates. Let me not forget that. I always, Yeah, let me not forget that. From importation for the 30th of April, and then on June the 31st, that's when we're going to be banning the sale and distribution. So after July the 31st, there won't be
Nobody
any.
should be distributing
Exactly.
any of those.
And we, in our visitation to businesses yesterday, cause a lot of person like to say, I don't know, you guys should have given us more time. And I'm saying the minister made the announcement the 26th last year. That was a year. She was adamant, I'm going to make the announcement and we're going to give them a year. And they're like, But I think a lot of the businesses, they look at their bottom line and they took a chance. And then now they made a business decision, and the business decision didn't work out quite well for them. And now they are looking somewhere to exactly because, and yes, that's the situation. So the second phase, clamshell, styrofoam, we are getting rid of those hazardous, dangerous items also. So look for phase 2 coming up. We'll be visiting the radio station and speaking on phase 2.
Okay. All right. I see there is government, embracing alternatives. Let's talk about that. And what will the alternatives be?
Of course, the alternatives are plant-based. So let's speak to
Not the straws. Oh gosh, not them paper
you know
things.
what? It's because I didn't go into my office. So we would have had some plant-based straws, some alternatives, which we got from Best Buy. One of my colleagues bought them from Best Buy so that we can use as examples to show persons.
Okay.
But I couldn't find them on my shelf, and then I found them in his drawer. So yes, but those straws, and I would have given you that straw, and you would not have guessed it was plant-based.
Is it paper though?
It's not paper.
Okay, because the
It's
paper don't
not
make sense. I'm
paper.
sure you had a paper bite and you take 2 sips, you're chewing.
Yes, but they also they are different qualities.
Okay.
All right, they are different qualities. There are paper straws that you can use for quite a while, but of course it's a better quality.
Okay.
All right, so there are alternatives. So these are the plant-based, reusable, eco-friendly alternatives we're speaking about, and they are out. The persons are saying we are not finding them. That's because we were still living in a plastic world. Now that the retailers have there's a reason, there's an impetus now to directly import reusables, because I'm going to tell you what is going to happen. After yesterday, there were so many phone calls made to these retailers about reusable bags and to fit within the framework of the bill that these retailers made orders last night.
Okay.
I'm sure these guys made orders. They said, okay, these are opportunity, and they increase what they order. And that's the thing. Supply increase for a product that was not really demanded, the prices is going to go down. And that is why there is a financial ease concession that was mentioned.
That works in conjunction with the government.
Yes, there's
concession.
a duty waiver, and the duty waiver is, of course, set to be implemented for 2 years.
Okay.
And we're thinking in about 2 years, the economy would have worked out and we would have seen a decrease in these items, because we know the more you buy in bulk, the less. And we would expect the retailers to transfer these benefits as it relates to price to their customers. So we are not too, of course, we are concerned about the increase in cost, definitely, but it will just be for a while, definitely. And we want persons to pay attention also to the long-term costs. The long-term costs. I made a statement the other day. There were 4 fires at the landfill, and it cost solid waste, the government, over $200,000 to deal with those 4 fires. These persons persons can look at it in this light. When we are able to transfer the funds that we will use to manage plastic waste, to manage the plastic pollution, those funds can be used for something else, something in the society's more social programs. So we are looking for also that benefit. So persons need to look at the long-term effect where their health, the environment, because I'm telling you, this is what will happen with, we as population. We'll sit here and ask, abuse the government about banning plastic, and then in 25 years, when we walking in plastic up to our mouth, is saying, what the government doing about this? We will conveniently forget that we were against the plastic ban. Yes.
That's human beings for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, it's going to be 9 days, and they're going to get accustomed because in the BVI they had banned plastics, and when you go to the store, if you wanted plastics, it was 30 cents, and then eventually they just took it all out.
Yeah.
So there's no plastics available. You either get a box or you buy a reusable bag. That's it.
And they were, and most of these countries, they weren't a phase out process.
No, Antigua. I lived in Antigua too, and it wasn't phase out. It was like no
Today,
more plastic
no more
bags
plastic.
tomorrow, and everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I said to the businessman. I was like, and I don't think the businesses in Antigua are falling through or shutting down because they had to make that transition.
Yeah.
In fact, they are viewed as better businesses because now they are promoting eco-friendly and sustainable way of living. So I think persons need to consider the long-term effect. Consider your child. Consider your newborn baby. We don't want to hear that so much microplastic has been allowed into the atmosphere and into the world that now our underground water supply is not safe.
Yeah.
We are finding microscopic plastics. So guess what? Instead, you all now have to everybody have to get a filter for their pipe.
Yeah.
That's the cost now. Everybody have to get a filter for their pipe. Everybody now might have to insurance for plastic ailments, and all these things. There are different costs that we are not looking at.
I know tariffs is a big thing around. Do you think there'll be tariffs on these bags for the next couple of years, and some of the establishments that have to import them? Because we the consumer feel the brunt of the tariffs because it's passed down to us. Do you think any of that would affect the distribution of
The alternatives?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think tariffs, basically, let's look at it regionally. This is a regional program. This is a worldwide program. This is something that's being pushed by the world. So majority of the world will be on board and try to make it easy for these new alternatives to be out there.
Okay.
So tariffs would make it very much more difficult. I think a lot of people is concerned because Trump is talking about tariffs now, and I definitely not. The only thing I'm concerned about Trump is that he would reverse the ban on plastic straws.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
He brought back the plastic straws.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. But tariffs on eco-friendly, no. Right now they are making eco-friendly practices, alternatives, easier to be accessible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to hear. So that the businesses won't say, "Oh, you're costing us more." Let's talk about some of the upcoming events for the Environmental Communication Unit.
Well, definitely we are hoping. Of course, we think that there'll be more consultations. We are not quite sure of the date, but definitely more consultations. I would have heard the upcoming collaboration with TDC, the tree planting. Yes, we're hoping to collaborate with persons going forward on environment in the area of Environmental Day celebration, get these schools on board. We would have truckers. This is something I think my colleague, Mr. Francis, will probably ask why I didn't speak about it, but sand mining, my gosh. Sand mining, there are some sand criminals out there right now. The way they are destroying the beaches, the way the illegal sand mining is a problem. And we are aware of that. So we want persons to know.
People are going to the beach.
People are going to the beaches. Taking the sand. Some people who feel like they have the right, they have the power behind them, etc. These persons, and they know who they are. We know who they are. but they think that they are
Invincible.
protected. Yes.
Why
So
are they
we want.
protected though if they're taking something from a place that they
I
shouldn't
don't
be
know. You
taking
don't
it?
want to hear the kind of conversation these persons will want to have with you when you approach them about sand mining. But we want persons to know that it is illegal. There are fines. There are penalties and consequences, and we already know the persons. Just due diligence, and we're asking community, the person. Well, I'm not even going to say we're asking the community because it's persons in the community who are reporting these people. There and even other truckers who are not the conscience bother them. Because yesterday I saw a video that my colleague sent to me, and I'm telling you, these people have no conscience. All right, and that is a problem. So there will be a sand mining a truckers consultation coming up in April. Definitely you can call the Department of Environment 467-1081 to get some more information. You check out our social handles, Department of Environment, via Facebook to get some more information. But that is one of the areas that we are focusing on, and we definitely will mitigate that practice. So I just want all the sand thieves out there listening that we no it's that's what they are. That's what they are. There are certain areas that we are allowed to mine sand from. These persons are quite aware of these areas, but however, they come in the night, and they come at different times and go to the areas that are not permitted, and they extract sand. And the amount of sand these people extract, I think they are extracting the sand and storing it somewhere.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. So we are definitely looking into that. These persons definitely will have some visitation from our conservation officers. And yes, we want the environmental stewards that are out there, that are on board, to definitely keep up the good work and call us and let us know when it's being done. But we definitely ask the truckers to come out to the consultation and let's have a conversation, because we want to work with you also. We understand we want to work with you, but it has to be done sustainably, because you don't want, there's a situation where you guys have to start to import sand because you guys overdid it, because that will have to be the other option. We don't want to reach there. And I'm telling you, persons are extracting more than they need.
Okay. All right. I didn't even know all of this is going on in our little island, folks. We have to preserve. Well, it's a conserve to preserve. All right. I see. Did we speak on the environmental sustainability plan already? We touched that one already.
No. But we're looking at, when it relates to the sustainability plan, and that comes under the Sustainable Island State agenda.
Okay.
Basically, we are trying, the objective is to live and try to incorporate a lifestyle and policies that benefits our island and that benefits the environment. So this, you said, the single-use plastic ban is a part of that. There are certain aims that we are focusing on. We have the 7 pillars. One of the 7 pillars, circular economy, talking about sustainable communities. These are the aims that we are striving towards, and we are implementing the policies to get that done. At the same time, we are looking at not, like I said, disrupting daily lives. We are looking the best way to make this sustainable transition, and we think that we know it's not hard. Sustainability, like the minister says, sustainability is fun. You feel proud when your actions are just more than individual. You're not just shopping for yourself. When you shop, you think about everybody else and the environment. So that is basically what we are looking at when we look at the sustainable island plan, our sustainable island state. You guys will see CISA stamped on a lot of, that's what CISA is all about. CISA stamped on a lot of our products, posters, And that's what we are gearing towards, to be able to say that we have sustainable tourism. All right, persons that are coming here, they are, when they come to St. Kitts, they know that we are entering a place where it's about protecting the environment. The way we eat, the way we shop, the way we consume, it's about protecting the environment. So that plan is definitely on the way, and you guys will be, we will be announcing different projects that will definitely contribute to the agenda.
Okay, I have one question for a particular individual. So let's say we have 100 of t-shirt plastic bags at our home. I know mango season is coming up soon, Guineps, and this person say they like to buy their mangoes, maybe eat their mangoes, put their mango trash back in their plastic bag and take it back home. Are we, the consumers that may have the hundreds of t-shirt plastic bags at home, allowed to bring our plastic bags and collect our goods?
Collect the mangoes?
The mangoes and whatever other goods we may want to put in them.
Yes, you can use the plastic bags definitely to if you want to collect the mangoes, you definitely can use the plastic bag. The thing is, we are.
What if I go to the vendor? Let me go further. What if I go to the vendor with my plastic and hand it to the vendor to put in my mangoes? Is that okay?
That is okay. You can go with the you're not distributing it.
Okay.
All right, you're using what you have.
Okay.
That is a process of phasing out.
Okay.
We have stopped it. The plastic bags will be phased out. They will be in as time go by, over a particular period of time, we won't be seeing plastic bags because they would have been phased out. Why? Because no plastic bag. We've stopped the influx of the plastics. So that is what we say. Individually, you can use these bags until they are no longer in rotation. So definitely.
Do you think there'll come a point when, or let's say 3 years down the road, you'll be like, no more bags. We don't want to see any more bags, and we still have bags.
I don't think 3 years down the road they'll have persons with plastic bags.
Plastic still.
The way persons are adamant that they use it for their garbage, I don't think 3 years down the road, I don't think anybody have a 3-year supply of plastics for garbage.
Okay. I'm just asking for somebody that might be real adamant about their plastic bag.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we want them to be real adamant about the environment. I don't even understand why. I understand definitely when it comes to the impact on livelihoods.
Yeah.
All right? But I want persons to think about it as a normal situation where you're making a sacrifice for something better.
Yeah.
You want a car. You make a sacrifice and save. You do exactly to buy it. It is the same thing, and it is a holistic. We have to look at the island. We have to look at the region. We depend on these resources. I'm telling you, when you have tourists that are upset about seeing plastics around, definitely, it's a situation.
You have something to add, Ms. Wilton?
No, what I'm just wanting to say is that we're watching it individually. So if I don't give a plastic bag to my consumer, they may not come back. But if every business isn't giving plastic bags, then there's no problem.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't get it anywhere.
Yeah, everybody
so you would
on
just
the same
be
page.
like, okay, well, I'm not gonna get it anywhere, so I either walk with my bag or I get the reusable ones, because it's not being distributed by anyone. So if everyone come on board, it would become normal.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We make a fuss for something. After 9 days, we just fall in line. I don't know why we're so fussy. And it's something, as you said.
It take more than 9 days for this
For the plastic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's what I would. I think the message, it would. I'm telling you, by December, especially if there's a troop that say, you know what, we are going to take on this sustainability thing, and our troop theme is going to be, because we are hoping that this thing is a message that is being undertaken by across government agencies, across the private sector, and we've seen businesses really coming on board. Even some businesses that might have, I wouldn't even say have a problem, because don't think the consultation has been smooth sailing. We've had some back and forth, but even the businesses, I must say shout out to Rams and Hosfords, that even though they were concerned, they still say, we are gonna get on board because we see the vision and we realize that this is something that we can't avoid.
You know, I look at the students that are here, and I look at us. They always go to the supermarket, even before this big thing, with their reusable bags. We have some expats and some people that have made St. Kitts their home as well. I look at them as well, even before all of this.
Loving
and they
Eskimo
always go to the supermarkets with their bags.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm tell all the entrepreneurs like innovation. This is an opportunity for new businesses. This can be an economic boost. There are persons out there who have the skill to make these reusable items. There's opportunity for persons to come on board and open a business that is making reusable, eco-friendly bags. You know, so definitely we want persons to look at the opportunity here. I think the craft persons, I think the seamstresses, I think, like I always say, I hope the craft house get a little revitalization, because this is a big opportunity for them also. And the carnival committee, I hope that there's some sort of message about sustainability involving carnival also. So definitely this is a opportunity and a big venture that we should be proud of.
Yeah, even in the BVI, when they started their plastic stuff, they had artists and photographers that do art and take pictures. They even put some of those on the bags.
Definitely.
So people can... Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T with the Ozone and the Environmental Unit. Go ahead.
Good day. Greetings to everybody in Jesus Christ's name, the only Savior of sinners from the sins and from hell, and the second person of the eternal Trinity.
Hallelujah.
Now, yes, good day to everybody. Now, what I'm calling in to say is that, number one, government involved in these plastic bans and all these sort of stuff goes contrary to the Bible, and therefore they're all counterproductive. Now, to get more in a bit detail into that, for example, what you're going to have is that you're going to increase the price inflation even more, which is going to be harder on the poor. Now, when you make life harder on the poor, everybody, but especially on the poor, that kills people even quicker. Because the more inflation goes up, and therefore the harder life gets, the more you're going to be killing people. More people are going to be dying quicker due to hard life. How price inflation are going to raise? For example, more garbage bags. People are going to have to resort to be buying more garbage bags. Garbage bags are thicker, they are more durable, and they are heavier. And like I said, they are more costly. So either the poor are going to buy them now, or just throw the loose garbage in the bin that the garbage man pick up to throw in the truck. But if they had to resort to buying garbage bags now, it's going to be even harder on them, the extra cost. Not only that, even the reusable bags, prices are determined by supply and demand. And even the reusable bags, as more people are going to be demanding them. No, a lot more people because of the ban. You're going to find either the price goes up, one, or two, the government going to try to mask it and putting up taxes in other areas. But whichever way it goes, it's going to trickle back down to the poor in making things more expensive for them.
So I don't want you to hang up after you finish speaking. I don't want you to hang up.
Well, I hope the credit don't run out.
All right.
Yes. Yes, I hope the credit don't run out. That is another way. Price inflation is going to go up, and it's going to harm the poor even more as they now got extra, because prices are going up on so many things and it's back breaking to the poor. So even anything extra right now, you're going to make it worse. And when you do that, the poor, you kill out people more. People die quicker, because the harder life get for people die quicker. Do you want to say something before my credit run out?
Yeah, I was going to say, Do you know that plastic, microscopic plastic, that's one of the major cause of cancer right now, infertility. Right now, that is something that is stationed in a majority of our bodies right now in our bloodstream. And I think the Bible says something about protecting your temple also. So let's not be selective in what the Bible says. And I think that we protecting posterity is something that is significant. Of you spoke about the price of living. Okay, let's look at the garbage bags and the plastic bags. We live in a world before plastic bags. You sound old enough. Where we live in a world before plastic bags, and the t-shirt plastic bags are just conveniently used as garbage. And most of the time, the reason why we use the t-shirt plastic bags is because we want to dump food, etc. And we are trying
hello,
to. Hi.
Hello, yeah. Before we credit run, because I think he's about to run out. Let me say this and they're going to listen now here.
All right, so to the caller, definitely, a lot of persons are concerned about the economic impact because they're seeing the direct costs, and they will. He spoke about the government masking these impacts and may even try to raise tasks. What the government is doing right now, if we want to talk about masking, is masking the cost of mitigating and waste disposal as it relates to these items. I'm telling you, sir, there's a lot of money being spent to basically deal with plastic waste right now. This is not, and I say this again because it seems like persons are not aware of what's going on globally. This is not a St. Kitts or Caribbean initiative. This is the world. It's either we get on board or we are going to be one of the last few islands, countries that are using plastics. That is the situation. We need to get on board now so that we won't be faced with a situation where when we have to deal with this plastic, we are the only, or we're in the minority of dealing with these plastics. And as it relates to the increase in cost, we would have spoken about concessions. We, the department and the government themselves, will directly do what they can to mitigate this impact. And as I said before, somehow he said when the demand for these prices these items goes up, said that the prices will go up. The prices will not go up if demand increase. The prices will go down. More people selling the goods, you have more availability, more options, and more items available. That's when the price go down because they will want to get these items off their hands. So that speaks to the economic impact. And I want persons to really, really consider, because a lot of people saying about the garbage. We are trying to implement sustainable practices, and this means sorting your garbage also. This means not throwing bio-waste in the garbage. A lot of persons use plastic, yes, to cage bio-waste, but there are garbage plastics. And persons are saying that the garbage plastics will go up. That is not my understanding of economics. My understanding of economics is when things increase, the demand for something increase and the supply also increase, because plastic is a cheap and thing that is easily made. Definitely that will decrease the price. So we wouldn't see garbage plastic bags necessarily going up. And we would have realized, I would have also said that in our initial investigation, these plastic items that we are banning, these are items that you'll find in high quantity in disposal.
The time is approximately 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. I would like you to do your wrap up.
All right. So, guys, thanks for the call. I hope I would have said, would have explained why, and I would have given persons some understanding on the the policy and the action, the steps that we're taking as it relates to conserving the environment and trying to become a more sustainable, eco-friendly island state.
Okay, once again, I want to thank all the ministries and schools that will be collaborating with us for the Easter camp, and also TDC for partnering us. One more event we have coming up, which is the Mother's Day awareness. You know how we celebrate Mother's Day, and also, you know, Mother, it holds a special heart to us. And this year, we are doing a big event for all mothers. Our theme will be nature and nurture. As you know, mothers, we nature and nurture our little ones. So mothers out there, please go on our Facebook media, and also you will post a photo. Just post a photo of a mother while you're in the garden or recycling, or either maybe just have a reusable shopping bag with you. Just post that and then you share it on our Facebook media. Also, you will follow and like our page, definitely, and then encourage family and friends to like this photo. The 5 best mothers will get a chance to attend a special event we will have coming up for the mothers. You really don't want to miss this. Also, we have something for fathers, but we will leave that for a later date. But right now, we're trying to get all the mothers. If you don't have any social media, just contact me at Department of Environment. You can send me your photo by email, and I can upload that. So, yes. Or
Also, just to add, the Mother's Day event in
Speak a
keeping
little
with
louder,
sustainability would be a zero waste event. So it's a zero waste event.
yes, the competition already started from April 1st to the 30th. So you have until then to post your photo and tag our page. Thank you.
And that's it? That's it?
Yes.
Okay. Do take care. Thanks for coming
You
to
too.
our
Thanks for
studios,
having us.
And we are welcome back anytime.
Definitely.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
That's the gospel guy.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
The importance of co-parenting. Every child has the right to bond with the parents that gave them life. Children are happiest when they can freely communicate and enjoy the time, talents, and lessons that each parent brings to the relationship.
We make co-parenting difficult when we focus on differences rather than what is in the best interest of our children. Parents, your relationship with each other should never affect the relationship you have with your child. Celebrate your children together. They deserve your best. A message brought to you by the Department of Probation and Child Protection Services. Contact us at 467-1311 or 662-6833 for more information.
Tune in to Creative Voices, the ultimate radio call-in program where innovation meets inspiration. Join me, Dr. Sarah Owen, as I welcome brilliant Caribbean creatives and innovators for engaging sessions that promise to spark your creativity. Don't miss this unique opportunity to interact with our guests, ask your burning questions, and gain insights that could elevate your own creative endeavors. Tune in every other Friday from 10 a.m. to midday. Get inspired. Let your voice be heard. Mark your calendars and prepare to embark on a journey of creativity and innovation with Creative Voices.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on Win Media 98.9.
more than 42 million cars from 19 different car companies are being recalled for faulty airbag inflators. Repairs are fast, easy, and free. The problem isn't with the airbag, it's with the airbag inflator. Because the inflator can rupture, shooting shrapnel through the airbag, which can cause serious injury or even death. Don't risk it, fix it.
Please contact TDC Automotive Division to find out if your Toyota vehicle is affected by the Takata airbag recall. Visit or call us at 465-2511 in St. Kitts or 469-5430 in Nevis.
Unlock the secrets to a healthier you. Join Dr. Natalie Osborne every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. on Win FM 98.9 for Weekly Dose. During this 30-minute health discussion, we aim to educate and empower our listeners on the prevention of diseases, early diagnosis, and timely intervention. Don't miss out on this informative health talk where we teach you to live your best life. Weekly Dose, Tuesdays on Win FM 98.9.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Let's stop child sexual abuse. The age of consent is 16, yet our 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10-year-olds are becoming victims of sexual abuse and exploitation, which is being forced into sexual activity before they are old enough to decide. This causes mental, emotional, and physical harm to our children. Parents, it is your responsibility to protect and to educate your children. Develop a relationship of trust with your child. If they trust you, they will tell you. Child sexual abuse cannot be our norm. We must work together to correct this. Help us prevent, help us protect, help us prosecute. A message by the Department of Probation and Child Protection Services. Contact us at 467-1311 or 662-6833 for more information.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on Win Media 98.9.
And we are back here on Island Tea. I hope that the Ozone Unit and the Department of Environment answer most of the looming questions or put your worries at ease concerning single-use T-shirt, plastic bags, and other items that will be banned eventually. And it's better to comply than to have to lose money out of your pockets. It's better for all of us. Other countries have done it, and it has worked. So let us not fall behind. Let us join the bandwagon, as we would normally say. We will have to wrap up early this morning here on Island Tea, as we will bring the quarterly press conference with the Honorable Samuel Duggins and his team. And the team for this press conference is Vision Action Results. And this press conference will start at 9:30 a.m. and end at 11 a.m. I saw one headline, though, I'd like to bring to the fore before we wrap up this morning. Let me pull that up right now. And it pertains to our neighbors just across the water, our federal neighbor. So it says, Nevis Premier responds to U.S. concerns over Cuban medical program following Rubio's Caribbean tour. And I'm just going to touch a bit on it. And this article is by Kevin Brown. You can find it on winfm.com. The Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, addressed concern raised by the United States regarding the Cuban Medical Brigade program following U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's recent tour of the region. Now, I'll go down a bit further because I see that he says, we are on the same. Brantley expressed his satisfaction that Rubio acknowledged Jamaica's compliance with international labor standards. It also went on to say that He affirmed that St. Kitts Nevis operates under a similar framework. Now having seen our response to the United States query about this program, we are in the same position as Jamaica, meaning that when Cuban medical professionals come here, they are employed to us. Either the NIA or the federal government, they are paid at the same scale as our local doctors and medical professionals. The Premier clarified that Cuban medical professionals in St. Kitts and Nevis are treated equitably. Because nobody's taking anybody's passport from them. They are allowed to open their bank accounts. They get their money every month and pay it like everybody else. Basically, he's saying we pay them like everybody else here. And they are required to pay from that, whatever taxes, Social Security, that everyone else pays here. But differently, they are subjected to the same laws, the same benefits, and the same responsibility as the medical professionals here in St. Kitts and Nevis who are local. Brantley emphasized St. Kitts and Nevis' commitment to international norms. I know this is a topic that is going on and on.
Yeah, and I'm glad you read that too, because it also means that the Cuban government is not so stringent as we have been, because it must be that the Cuban government agrees or allows this to happen. So it's not so tight as we
people
were,
make it
like,
seem.
the Cuban government is taking their passport and taking the money, and that kind of stuff. So we've got some clarity on that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's see if we can squeeze in a call. Okay, we lost that.
Okay, call if you call. You only have about 1 minute. Remember, we have to wrap up shortly. But I'm happy to hear that, and that they do the same exact things that the local doctors do. They comply by the same rules. They pay the same taxes.
And that poses another question, because I would have thought that the State Department and Marco Rubio and whoever would have done their homework. I think they should have known this, but as so many individuals have assumed, I think they were trying a thing, or as we would say, throwing a sprat to see if they could catch a whale. And it's not the way they thought it would have panned out.
And sometimes, go ahead, Quinn. Sorry.
We are following the norms and making sure that everything is above board.
Yeah, and sometimes I wonder what they're covering or what they're putting our attention to while something else is happening.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder too. That's a good one, Yeah. So we've come to the point where we've got to say adieu.
Yeah.
And do take care, Hortensia. And here's hope that by the end of the day you're in better spirits.
Better spirits,
Yes.
yeah. All righty. Thank you. Have a great day, folks. Thanks for listening.
WINN is 98.9 is WIN FM.